Salutations. Wanted to talk about some similarities that are within the UFO experiencer contactee arena. All right. One is I always like to try to cross-reference my personal experiences with some others and research in the field itself. This one is concerning virtual reality scenario technology and some of these beings that seem to impersonate animals or before you have a contact experience. I know one person that talks about this a lot is the gentleman Mike McKellen. I put a picture of his book up there. He did the one over owls and abductees. A lot of people have reported that. I myself know some people that saw a very large owl before missing time. All right, and this is concerning people seeing these owls just before having a UFO experience, seeing a UFO experience, or a lot of times they seem to be connected to the grays. So it's suggesting that there's some type of virtual reality scenario that these beings are using that is projecting owls within the scenario. For me, during my experiences, it was not owls. But there were two things that did happen. One is deer. Okay, on the way out to this spot where this happened twice with my ex, we missed this time. Provided where I live, this was out in the country out there, so it was a way out, but there could be deer out there jumping around anyway. But going to buy this pond, there was an inordinate amount of them jumping across the road. It seemed like most of them were does, I think, but just a lot of them jumping across the road. Enough to where when going out for the second experience, we're seeing the ship out there, she keeps pointing to it, and I'm looking at it, but I can't really see it because I've got these deer jumping around. And some of them are stopped and looking back at the car, and the light is reflecting so much out of their eyes that it just straight up felt odd. And I saw them leaving out of there. They were jumping around, and we could see them, and sometimes you could see their eyes out there. It was just unusual. But more to the point, after dealing with the deers and between coming and going at this spot, the main thing that happened for us and me, it's happened since then, is the fireflies. The fireflies seem to go out of control. The amount of them is out of control. When I say that, mostly the females don't fly for the most part. They climb up into the trees. It's the males that fly and flash. But what we've got is so many fireflies flying around that they're everywhere, but also the trees are going boom, 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 lighting up like that because there's so many in the trees. It was beautiful, but by the same time, it kind of reminded me of anybody that's ever researched the Amazon, the light firefly phenomenon there in the Amazon River. They've got trees that do that. They light up quite a bit. They're saying it almost looks like a musical rhythm of some type. But that's what starts happening a lot. And I remember her saying, well, because when we get out there and actually get stopped, I can't see the ship. I'm trying to find it because I can finally look for it. It's gone, but the fireflies are going off. I remember telling her, maybe it's the firefly thing now. And then we started the missing time came and the contact happened after that. So I will say this, the firefly is a bioluminescent, self-illuminating insect that I think we really don't know all that much about. When saying that they're simply doing that because they're for mating, I don't buy it. I'll tell you this, and I'll take this to my grave, I know that they are aware of the light ships. And when I've shown you some of these light ships, and like that one that morphed into the Merkaba looking, that was an organic craft also that was lighting up, not unsimilar to the way the bioluminescence tail of a firefly lights up. So I'm convinced that they are aware of the light ships, period. Anyway, so they were coordinated. They were at least involved in that part of my contact experience. So I want to kind of bring that to light. And looking at this, when I start studying it and listening to other experiencers, I have heard others talk about deer as well, and deer being involved in their contact experience. I don't know where that begins and ends because a lot of the beings I've dealt with are not like the ones that are associated with some of this. So I don't know where this begins and ends in the contact experience and within the virtual reality scenario part. So anyway, just food for thought, if nothing else. I appreciate you, everyone at Patreon that's with me on there. And again, that's why I'm still making videos here. I was kind of getting to the point where I was getting so much behind on this, it wasn't worth me doing it. It's not easy doing these. They're not free. All right. So thank you at Patreon. Those of you that are on there, please look at it again. There's several new videos on there. I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. Don't know if everybody's getting notified. You can also reach me at barrylittleton13@gmail.com. Trying to get back with people at that email address. Peace.